What if extinction isn't always the end? What if some of the creatures we thought had disappeared forever are still out there, hidden in places we've barely explored? From strange reports deep in the Amazon to terrifying rumors from the ocean's dark trenches, these stories push us to question how much of the natural world remains unknown. Let's explore 6 creatures declared extinct, yet still rumored to be alive. The pink-headed duck. Once upon a time, in the wetlands of India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, there was a bird unlike any other, the pink-headed duck. Its soft, rose-colored head set it apart from every other duck species, making it rare and striking. Unfortunately, rarity also meant vulnerability. When colonial hunters swept through the region in the 19th century, combined with the destruction of its swampy habitat, the pink-headed duck nearly vanished. The last confirmed sighting was back in 1949 in India. Since then, scientists have declared it critically endangered, but many whisper it should be considered extinct. Yet fishermen and farmers in northern Myanmar keep telling a different story. They report spotting flocks of mysterious pink-headed birds moving silently through isolated swamps. These areas are nearly impossible to reach, and even if explorers manage to get there, the duck's nocturnal lifestyle makes it even harder to find. It leaves us with a chilling possibility. If the pink-headed duck has survived this long by hiding in shadows, what else could be out there, unseen? And the next story is not about a gentle bird. It's about a predator that haunted an entire island, the Thylacine, Tasmanian tiger. Few extinct animals spark as much fascination as the Thylacine, often called the Tasmanian tiger. Despite its name, it wasn't a tiger or even a dog. It was a marsupial predator, unlike anything alive today. Once roaming across Australia, the Thylacine eventually became confined to the island of Tasmania. But when British settlers arrived in the 1800s, the Thylacine was hunted relentlessly, blamed for livestock deaths. By 1936, the last known Thylacine died miserably in a cage, and the species was declared extinct. But the story doesn't end there. For decades, people have claimed to see striped shadows slipping through the forests of Tasmania. Photographs occasionally surface, showing blurry animals with long, stiff tails and faint stripes across their backs. Most of these turn out to be foxes, dogs, or even tricks of the light. Yet in 2019, a farmer captured a photo so convincing that some experts admitted it could be real. Maps documenting sightings since 1936 show clusters of reports in remote Tasmanian wilderness. Could a small group have survived, hiding from human eyes? If the Thylacine is still alive, it would rewrite everything we know about extinction. But if a predator this famous could slip through the cracks, what about beasts even more terrifying? Creatures straight out of prehistory. Saber-Tooth cats. When people imagine Ice Age predators, one image dominates: the saber-tooth cat, with its massive curved fangs. Smilodon is the most famous, but it wasn't alone. Other saber-toothed species like Homotherium once prowled across the globe. They were apex hunters, bringing down mammoths and giant sloths with terrifying precision. But as humans spread and hunted the same prey, the saber-tooths disappeared. Or did they? In Central Africa, villagers and tribal communities tell stories of a mysterious predator known as the Nandi tiger. According to witnesses, it's far larger than a lion, with 2 enormous fangs jutting from its jaws. Some claim to have found hippos with deep slashes in their necks, wounds that match the hunting style of saber-tooths. When shown pictures of lions, leopards, and tigers, locals shook their heads. But when presented with illustrations of saber-tooth cats, they immediately pointed, saying, "That's what we saw." Could a relic population of saber-tooths still haunt Africa's forests? If so, they would be living proof that extinction isn't always final. But if beasts of the land can hide from us, what about legends from the Amazon rainforest, where something stranger than fiction might be lurking? The ground sloth. Today, sloths are small, harmless creatures that hang lazily from trees, but their Ice Age relatives were monsters compared to them. The ground sloth could reach up to 20 feet tall, towering over humans and even rivaling elephants in size. These gentle giants disappeared thousands of years ago, or so we thought. In the dense jungles of South America, indigenous tribes speak of a strange monster called Mapinguari. They describe it as massive, with one glaring eye and a body supported by powerful arms. Strangely, its movements resemble how ground sloths once walked. Slow, heavy, and leaning on their forelimbs. Could the Mapinguari be more than a myth? Some researchers believe these accounts describe a surviving species of smaller ground sloths, still wandering in unexplored parts of the Amazon. Considering that less than 10% of the rainforest has been thoroughly studied, the possibility can't be dismissed. And if jungles can hide giants, the ocean, covering most of our planet, hides even more terrifying mysteries. Steller's sea cow. Imagine an animal so large it dwarfed manatees and dugongs. Steller's sea cow was a gentle marine giant, closely related to elephants, not cows. It lived in the frigid waters between Russia and Alaska, browsing on kelp and moving slowly through the icy waves. Discovered in 1741, it was hunted to extinction within just 27 years. By 1768, it was declared gone forever. But stories kept surfacing. In 1962, crew members on a whaling ship reported seeing enormous, long-bodied marine animals resembling descriptions of Steller's sea cow. More recently, in 2014, photographs taken near Greenland showed strange shapes beneath the water that some insist were these giant sea cows. Native communities living near the Commander Islands, close to where the species once thrived, still believe they exist. For them, the sea cow was never truly gone, just waiting to be rediscovered. But as fascinating as a hidden marine mammal may sound, the next creature is far darker. It's a predator that once ruled the seas, and some believe it still does. The Megalodon. No creature inspires ocean terror quite like the Megalodon, the largest shark to ever live. Stretching up to 60 feet, with jaws capable of crushing whales, the Megalodon was believed to have vanished 2.6 million years ago. But is that really true? Stories of monstrous sharks still circulate. Off the coast of Mexico, fishermen whisper about the Black Demon, a massive, dark shark said to reach lengths of 50 feet or more. Occasionally, strange teeth or remains wash ashore, sparking debates among scientists. And with over 95% of the ocean still unexplored, who's to say what might still be lurking in its depths? If Megalodon, or one of its relatives, survived, it would be the ultimate reminder that our oceans hold secrets we are far from uncovering. But maybe the question isn't whether they survived, it's whether we're ready to face them. From the quiet swamps of Myanmar to the deepest trenches of the ocean, the line between extinction and survival is blurrier than we think. Some of these creatures may be gone forever, while others might be watching us from the shadows, waiting to be rediscovered. So perhaps extinction isn't always the end. Maybe it's just another word for hidden. The real question is, what else is still out there?